Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you again for another Appalachian Trail community news, through hiker update, and trail information. Well, I told you they were going to bust out at any time, and they have done it this week. I am so blessed to be living in a place in the woods that I call home here, where you've just got all of this color. This is my favorite time of year, and just love it. Love being on the trail, but love being here at home too, and seeing all this and being able to do this with y'all here in my woods here. So it's pretty neat to be here, and just appreciate God putting on such a show for all of us this time of year. But let's go ahead and get on with what's going on with out there on the trail, and hopefully some folks are seeing some of this while they're out there on the trail as well. So we got Lilo and Stich. They're somewhere or on their Sobo trip. They're somewhere around a mile 1300. They have had an interesting trip so far. So they've had Stich has had several head injuries, has not lost a significant amount of gray matter yet. So they're Charlie, Mike, and Sobo as they keep going. But this time Lilo had to have an emergency root canal. So just a lot of stuff going on for them. That's going to be their biggest expense, is medical expenses on this journey so far. But any case, that's good. She's got that worked out, and they are continuing on, and it won't be too much longer. They're somewhere in central to southern Virginia, I believe. So they are continuing on in their own trail now. The really good part about it is they have raised over $39,000 for Parkinson research through the Michael J. Fox Foundation. So the link to that is down below. Go and give them $5, $50, 500, whatever you can afford to give. Go ahead and give that to them as they continue on their hike and continue on this worthy cause. And then the Skogman family, they are coming into Tennessee at any point in time now. So they've been having a good time as well, but they did have an issue. Texas Pete has had a tibial stress fracture on his leg. Wasn't from a fall or anything. It's just from a repetitive injury from a 13-year-old boy with a full pack jumping up and down and jumping over rocks and all that neat stuff. So Skipper and Texas Pete, they have had to get off trail and kind of follow along in the minivan till that kind of heals up with the rest of the family there. But the rest of the family has been able to continue. They are came through the Mount Rogers area there. They spent some time with the ponies, had some really neat views that they saw there from some of the mountains and everything. So got some great pictures going on there, so that was neat. They did have a foggy, windy, cold day when they went through, but they were excited to see the ponies. So they've already blown through Damascus, and they are now in Tennessee. Mishap, he has finished the Virginia Triple Crown, so congratulations to him. He crossed over the 1,600-mile mark and is somewhere around the Mount Rogers, Grayson Highlands areas. Amethyst, she continues to support him. She was through hiking with him, but she had to get off trail due to injuries and health issues, but she is supporting him as well as doing trail magic at trailheads as she waits for him for other hikers and stuff out there. So that's really cool. We appreciate you doing that, Amethyst. They indicate that trail conditions have been pretty decent the past 200 miles, although water sources are a bit dry. And that's what I found as well as I did the last few hikes I've been out on. I hadn't got videos yet, and I'm going to do that. But pretty much from the Chestnut Knob shelter there all the way to where I am now, around McAfee Knob, has been fairly dry, so it's been hard to come up with water sources in there. So if you're coming through that area, Sobo, now you see a water source, go ahead and camel up, get you some water there, so that maybe a while till you get to the next one. And then Backtrack, he is north of Damascus. He'll be in Tennessee next week. And then also, we've been following our virtual through hikers, Iris and the fabulous Firsties from the classroom down there, and they are doing their Bammer to Baxter. And of course, they have already, as we talked about earlier, they've come through the Pinhoti Trail on their virtual through hike, and they're through the Benton Mackay Trail, and they are now well into the Appalachian Trail, and they are coming into Hot Springs now. So they've left Hot Springs, and they are somewhere around the 300-mile mark. And they want to thank everybody for the support that they've been given from the hiker community there. So, you know, what she's doing is she's using the Appalachian Trail to teach her students about math, about spelling and English, things like that. And so and hopefully not some of the words that you may hear on trail there, but definitely spelling words, things like that. But anyway, they're doing that virtual hike in her classroom, so she's not only teaching but getting her kids outside on the playground and getting them out there, and just and they are virtually hiking on the Appalachian Trail, so she's getting them to exercise and do that as well. So they've had a lot of folks in the hiker community have sent them some stuff, and I'll leave, if you got something you want to send them, I'll leave that down in the description section below. But they've got like books on the AT, books about Grandma Gatewood, trail magic, book about wildflowers, pictures, calendars, stickers. The folks at Laughing Heart Hostel even sent them a Thru Hiker sign-up banner, so all like they did for the 2022 folks, Thru Hikers that actually came through there, and so everybody in their classroom can sign up on that sheet. So I thought that was pretty neat out there for them to do that. So if you're out there on the trail and you're hiking Sobo or finishing up your flip-flop, then please report in to me. Let me know. I'll be glad to include you in our update each week as I bring this to you, even during Sobo season. Couple finishes we had. So Crossword, he finished his at the Arch on his flip-flop, and he started on April 9th at Rockfish Gap, Nobo, which is right there around the Shanties. So he finished, he started there and went all the way Nobo up to Katahdin, then flipped back down to Rockfish Gap and went Sobo all the way down to Springer, and then did the approach trail down to the Arch at Amicalola Falls State Park. So congratulations to him. He finished up this past week. And then I wanted to mention Pigpen and Backwards. They summited Katahdin on the 20th. Now, we have not been tracking them. They've not been updating me, but they're significant because they are more than likely the last folks that got to summit, because they left at 3 a.m. the morning after they actually closed the trails up to Katahdin. So they weren't aware of it, left at 3 a.m. The rangers hadn't got there yet to tell them don't go, and apparently they hadn't put up any signage or anything like that. And so they didn't know, and so they went on up there, and they were Nobo numbers, because they got their numbers the night before. They were Nobo's number 1,428. So they may represent the last Nobos that hiked up there and finished their through hike at the sign on Katahdin. So I just want to go ahead and mention that, because that may be our final number for Nobos, 1,428, even though we know that some of those numbers are folks that didn't actually finish their hike there, that they've got some trail miles to go back and pick up where they had to flip around. Pretty much represents most of the Nobo folks that have done that. So if you have finished your hike, whether it be a flip-flop, Sobo, what have you, then please let me know. We want to honor your accomplishment. So send me your finished picture along with when you started and where you finished. Be glad to include you here in our updates each week as well. And then some trail news out there. We've got a report of an aggressive bear around the Abington Gap shelter there at Nobo mile 460. Now that's in the Cherokee National Forest. And so the Cherokee National Forest Service has closed all camping in that national forest to anybody on the AT, and that's basically from Low Gap, which is at 421 to the Tennessee-Virginia state line. So that's Nobo miles 455 to 467. So there's a 10-mile stretch in there where they're not allowing any camping due to some aggressive bears. And then the ATC has also received a report of a habituated bear there at Cold Springs Shelters, which is mile Nobo 125. The bear showed little fear for humans and punctured an earth sack. So, you know, the earth sacks are something that people use to put as a bear sack. They don't put them up on trees. They just tie them to a tree somewhere, and bears can get to them. I've seen them defeated on numerous occasions, but in any case, apparently this one was just punctured. So just keep that in mind out there, folks, that this is a season when you do see bears around a lot, getting ready to hibernate. The ATC has also put out a warning about aggressive goats near Peters Mountain just north of Pearisburg. So apparently there's a gang of very bold goats that are like licking the salt off hikers and nibbling on their salty clothes and getting very much in their personal space. They seem to be habituated to humans, according to the ATC, and they show no fear of humans. So that's getting to be a problem around there for this gang of goats. They've eaten cans, Ziploc bags, Ziploc trash bags, water bottles, all kind of stuff that's been thrown at them to get them off. They've just consumed it all and come right back at folks. So they even ate an Ursack themselves. So just keep that in mind, folks, that this is a time of year when we got goats and bears out there that are storing up resources for the winter so that they can go and hibernate over the winter, and so they're going to find anything they can for nutrition. And of course, goats will eat the chrome off a trailer hitch if they can find one. So keep that in mind. Look out for those goats and look out for those bears, particularly the goats. They've got horns. They get aggressive. That could be a problem for folks out there. Don't forget that we also have a 2023 Thru Hiker Support list. So we have started that. Down in the description section, you'll find a link to that form. So go to the sign up link and you'll be able to fill out the information there. And then there's also a link to the form. So right now we've got about 8 folks more or less that have signed up so far. I'm sure that there's going to be many more folks that are signing up for that. So that'll be the support list. That'll be a place where you can put your social media. If you're a thru hiker out there, social media link, and folks can go and support you through those links to give you the attaboy or attagirl as you go throughout the course of your hike. And we can follow along and just live vicariously through you, through your post. Well, hey there, Kenobi. How are you doing here? Did you just want to be in the video? All right, we'll let you in the video this time. So anyway, Kenobi and I want to send you down to the description section, and you'll find it down there to those links for that. And last but certainly not least, don't forget about the Foothills Trail. So we are coming up, we'll be doing the Foothills Trail coming up December 27th through the next 5 days. So right after Christmas, we'll be doing that down the Foothills Trail in South Carolina. We'll be doing west to east, so we'll be starting at Oconee State Park and ending at Table Rock State Park. It's about 76 miles, so we're going to figure about 5 days to do that. Fresh Ground's going to be out there at least for the first 3 days, and then there's a section of about 33 miles where there's no road crossings, where we'll be on our own for that. And then he may show up the last day, may not, he may head on back home. But in any case, there'll be some Thru Hiker alumni from not only 2022, but from also hopefully from some years past. But there'll just be a lot of the hiking community there. We had a blast last time we went. There's probably around 20 to 30 folks that showed up. So I'm looking for probably more than that, because I've had a ton of folks ask me about it, and looking forward to more and more people, more and more of this growing and being. So it's open to everyone. Just understand we'll probably be hiking 15 to plus miles a day. So, you know, that's where the pace will be. That's where the main bubble will be, so to speak. But certainly if you only can hike 5 miles, come on out a day. Come on out and maybe hike the first day with us, or maybe just take the Foothills Trail at your own pace. It's a really neat trail, really gorgeous trail, even this time of year with all the leaves and everything off the trees. So it's really nice, and there are some great views on that. So be on the lookout. I'll be putting together not only a sign-up list, but I'll be putting together a Facebook page where we can go and communicate with each other, talk about it, maybe help each other out for rides and get some information and just create some dialogue on that, just something else to be part of the hiker community on that. So folks, I'm looking forward to that. Thanks for all those reported in. Don't forget, if you got anything out of this channel, go and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Love your comments down below. If you want to support this channel, you can do it through Patreon, Venmo, or even if you want to just do it one time, you can go down below and there's a super thanks down below the video of this, and click on that and you can support this channel. Help me support the hiking community and bring this to you each week. That's all I got this week, folks. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.